And good morning to everyone around the tri-state area. KWIN Today program is on the air for this fourth day of August. Our first segment, we always take a look at area death notices every morning at this time, brought to you by Moore Funeral Homes. They've been serving our family here in the tri-state area now for over 70 years. North Sand Mountain and Trenton Chapels are available to you, of course, at our family's time of need. And if you've been thinking about pre-planning, they'll be happy to discuss all of your options as well, from cremation to traditional funeral services, when you call 706-657-4382. Moore Funeral Home, dedicated to those that we serve. Good morning, everyone. Let's take a look at area death notices around the tri-state area. This morning, as we always do, we'll begin in DeKalb County, where Sonia Gale Hatfield Reynolds has passed away. Funeral services will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon. They'll take place at the funeral home, that is the W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel. Mr. Jeremy Nelson has passed away. Funeral services will be at 6 o'clock coming up today at the W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel. Family will have friends from 3 to 6 prior to the service. Dole Gale Fairbanks funeral services will be Wednesday at the Cornerstone Funeral Chapel. Family receiving friends this evening from 4 until 8 and until 12 noon until the time of the service on Wednesday. Christina Jernigan Smith has passed away. Funeral services will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. also at the Cornerstone Funeral Chapel. Family receiving friends this evening from 5 until 8 and from 10 a.m. until the time of the service on Wednesday. Mr. Darrell Williams funeral services will be held coming up on Wednesday at the Rainsville Funeral Home. It'll be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Visitation this evening from 5 until 8 and from 11 a.m. until 1 on Wednesday. Linda Ray Windorf celebration of life will be announced at a later time. The Wilson Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Jeremy Glenn Bell, a graveside service will be held 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, Wednesday, August the 5th, at the Henniger Cemetery, the Wilson Funeral Home, W.T. Wilson Funeral Home in charge of those arrangements. Mr. Jeremy Landon Nelson funeral services will be held at 6 o'clock this evening at the W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel, 3 to 6 visitation with the family prior to the service. And Daryl Jean Davis family will have visitation coming up on Wednesday from 5 until 8. W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel in charge of the arrangements. Out of Jackson County, Mr. Robert Bob Mallert, funeral services, 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. They'll take place at the Scottsboro Funeral Home. Family will receive friends this evening from 5 until 8. Carol Ann McCoy of Stevenson, funeral services will be coming up at 9:30 this morning from the Stevenson Chapel of the Valley Funeral Home. Thomas Wayne Crabtree has passed away. Visitation will be from 1 to 3 with memorial service to follow on Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock. The Stevenson Chapel of Valley Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Out of Marion County, Wilburn Marbury has passed away. Graveside services were 11 a.m. this morning at the McLaughlin Cemetery, the Whitwell Memorial Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Mr. Ronald McDykes funeral services, memorial service will be 11 a.m. Saturday morning in the Squatchy Valley Memorial Gardens. Whitwell Memorial Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Bart Hood Jr. graveside service coming up on Wednesday, August the 5th, 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Glover Hills Cemetery. No public visitation. The Rochester Funeral Home of Jasper in charge of the arrangements. And out of Dade County, Brenda Susan Rogers has passed away. Funeral services will be held this evening at 6:30 in the Trenton Chapel of Moore Funeral Home. Family will receiving friends later on this evening from 12 until 6:30 for Brenda Susan Rogers. That's a look at area death notices. The area death notice goes brought to you every day by Moore Funeral Home, North Sand Mountain, and Trenton Chapels, where their family has been serving our family in our time of need since 1945. Moore Funeral Home, dedicated to those that we serve. 15 now after the hour. Lots more still to come as the KWIN Today program is on the air. K-Win Today program back on the air, segment number 2. It's 18 now after the hour. Good morning, everyone. It is a Tuesday around the Scenic City and the Mid-South over North Georgia, North Alabama, and Southeast Tennessee as the K-Win Today program rolls on both on radio and television. News Radio 101.3, 1420 AM KWN. Home of the Atlanta Braves. We'll talk about the Braves a little bit later on this morning here on the program. Couple of things as we get started. Of course, this segment, normally we get to open up the phone line if you'd like to be on and call us this morning. Our phone lines are open. It's 706-657-7594 or 642-9596. Good morning. You're live with us on the K-Win Today program.
Good morning, Brother Evan. How are you?
We're doing good. How are you?
1996 Toll crawler on there. It's got good cold wire and all it needs is a battery and gas. It wants $800 cash for it and a table saw for $100.
All right.
And he needs the money as soon as possible.
Okay.
And anybody wants it, they come look at it.
All right. Turn up by the post office. Look for Frank's on the mailbox.
It's almost an antique car.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you calling. Thank you. All right, if you want to look at that car, go up by the post office in the city of Trenton. That's on 1st Street. Look for Frank's on the mailbox on the right-hand side of the road. Phone lines are back open now. Well, we've talked about it last week. I think we had a phone call on it, and now we want to tell you about it. Of course, coming up in just over a day, they're going to be kicking off the longest yard sale, the Highway 127 yard sale. Going to be kicking off. It goes all the way. If you're really, really in for a road trip, it'll be traveling through 6 states. It starts in Michigan and Addison, Michigan. As a matter of fact, it's a lower part of Michigan and comes down through Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. And of course, through this area, it's commonly referred to as the world's longest yard sale, and it'll take the Lookout Mountain, Georgia route down the Lookout Mountain Parkway, if you will, across Lookout Mountain, and it'll be heading down to Gadsden, Alabama. That is the either the starting point is in Michigan or the starting point is in Gadsden. Good morning. You're live with the Shaw the Air Caller.
Good morning.
Hello.
I have those teenager girl clothes, very nice clothing. I still got that coat rack. I still have those book safes. They're brand new. My number is 423-544-1915.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. So the longest yard sale kicking off this weekend, be across Lookout Mountain, if you will, down towards Gadsden. It'll take the Lookout Mountain Parkway. That's down Highway 157, 189, across the top of Lookout Mountain, and get ready for the longest yard sale. August 6th through the 9th, and they've got a countdown clock on their website. I was looking at 1 hour, 1 day, 14 hours, 37 minutes, and of course the seconds are counting down for the 690-mile yard sale from Addison, Michigan to Gadsden, Alabama, and they're looking for a big turnout of folks that'll be traveling down through the roadways from Michigan all the way to Gadsden, Alabama. You can find out more at 123 Yard Sale, 127. That's at 127yardsale.com, 127yardsale.com. They got the vendor information, the route map, things that you can plan your trip on. It's got the COVID-19 update as it relates to the yard sale. I will stress, as you make your way here in the tri-state area, along the yard sale across Lookout Mountain, down the Lookout Mountain Parkway in Dade County and Walker County and Chattooga County, down into Alabama, DeKalb County as it goes south, to watch out for frequent stops. That's always the danger, because you're going down the road, you'll see something, and you'll want to stop quickly. And for everyone in the cars behind you, watch out for frequent stops along the way, if you will there. But it's always a big time, and that'll be coming up. Starts a little over a day on the 6th, so a couple of days away, but Actually, 1 day, 14 hours if you want to get really, really technical about it. Well, the longest yard sale is concerned. Another event that's up in the Mountain Valley Independent, Dade County's newspaper. There's going to be a free food distribution coming up this weekend. Actually, it's going to be Friday afternoon at the Northwest Georgia Worship Center. That's off of Highway 299 in the Wildwood community. They got a free food distribution that's going to be coming up. You can read more when you log on to the newspaper for Dade County online anytime. That's discoverdade.com. That's the website to go to. And, of course, the paper, of course, is the Mountain Valley Independent, your local newspaper. The Mountain Valley Independent at discoverdade.com. Several new stories there, too. Got the new story up about the changing at the top of the Tennessee Valley Authority. And I didn't realize until we were covering it on the news on the radio this morning that most of the tech jobs that President Trump was talking about that had been outsourced to foreign sources were from the local Chattanooga office. That's where they do a lot of the technical outsourcing or technical jobs. Was there in the Chattanooga office, and President Trump changing that yesterday, or at least eliminating the top the CEO for the Tennessee Valley Authority, and wanting to, and then he also issued a executive order yesterday saying that to hire America first, American workers first. So that's yeah, you know, in some respects, you would think that would you know, anybody who's in America would that they would want to hire America first, but especially when it related not necessarily to private businesses. And I know that there's no federal money put into the TVA program as of right now. They are self-sufficient, but it is an agency that was started by the federal government, and obviously with the firing of the Tennessee Valley Authority chairman yesterday, definitely has oversight by the federal government. But you would think any of the government type programs would they would be hiring the folks here in America first. All right, 26 minutes after the hour. Good morning. Here on the KWIN Today program, phone lines are open. We've got just a couple more minutes before we move into our news segment at the bottom of the hour. So stay with us. Lots more to come.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, comfort is the key, and the key to making it easier to sleep, sit, and stand is a new PowerLift chair from Catnapper. Catnapper's PowerLift chairs feature comfort coil seating for long-lasting comfort and a powerful yet smooth, quiet motor. Some models even include heat and massage. It's really comfort at the touch of a button. See the full selection today when you visit Comfort Gallery. Free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months same as cash. Available at Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A, Kimball, Tennessee.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve. When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope. Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
K-Win Today program continuing around the tri-state area on News Radio 1013, 1420 AM KWN. Home of the Atlanta Braves. Braves kicking off a new series. Dropped one to the New York Mets last night and lost a great starting pitcher last night due to injuries. Our airtime this evening is, I believe it's Toronto. Yes. Toronto, the Blue Jays coming into town. That'll be 5:55 for the pregame activity for the Atlanta Braves on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network right here on News Radio 1013, the home of the Atlanta Braves over North Georgia and North Alabama and the Squatchy Valley. So listen to the Braves at 101.3 FM, 5:55 this afternoon. All right, good morning, everyone. Glad to have you along with us. We got our news break coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll get an update on what's happening with the Fox News service. We'll also get an update on what's happening with regional news with Susan King and the latest from the state of Georgia. It's all on the way. And then Newsmaker segment, lots more still to come. So stay here with us all hour long on the K-Win Today program. And we're going to take a break and get an update of what's happening with Fox News and the other news, and we'll also get an update on the weather with News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core.
Your home for the Atlanta Braves and Rick and Bubba mornings. News Radio, K-Win, WKWN Trenton.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. At least one person's dead, several missing after Hurricane Isaias touched down in North Carolina last night. Now the tropical storm is making its way north.
We are going to be dealing with a very formidable storm for millions of folks from D.C. up to Boston and onward. And they've just issued this higher than normal threat for tornadic activity over parts of the mid-Atlantic in towards the northeast.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. And salmonella triggering a recall of onions.
Thompson International of Bakersfield, California is recalling all red, white, yellow, and sweet yellow onions that were shipped from May 1st until now because they could potentially be contaminated. They were shipped to supermarkets and restaurants in all 50 states and Canada.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Health officials say salmonella can be killed by high cooking temperatures. America's listening to Fox News.
News in a minute from GNN, the Georgia News Network.
President Trump says the U.S. is starting to see evidence of significant progress against coronavirus, but Georgia is the site of a new flare-up to keep an eye on.
The president said the number of positive cases dropped by 6% nationwide compared to the week before, and added that even hotspot states like Arizona, Florida, and Texas are showing slow improvements. Trump said they'll be focusing on new flare-ups in states like Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Missouri.
That's Sarah Bartlett reporting. More than 2,000 healthcare workers want Governor Kemp to change his approach to handling the spread of COVID-19. A group of physicians, nurses, and other frontline workers jointly signed a letter to Kemp urging him to enforce a temporary face covering requirement outside the home, close bars and nightclubs, and expand testing. Over 3,000 COVID-19 patients are currently hospitalized in Georgia. I'm Matt McClure.
This is GNN, the Georgia News Network.
From the farmer's field that produces your food to the football field where your home team plays, Georgia Farm Bureau is committed to helping Georgia communities thrive. Georgia Farm Bureau provides peace of mind to families through home, auto, and life insurance with affordable coverage and fast claim services. By insuring with Georgia Farm Bureau, you're making an investment in Georgia agriculture, Georgia farmers, and Georgia families. With more than 150 offices in the state, Georgia Farm Bureau is always the home team.
Dear Mom and Dad, well, the Army has finally seen fit to give me some time off, so I'm writing to tell you that I'm doing fine over here. And Mom, since you asked, If anyone wants to help, just tell them to contact the USO. You can't believe how much they do for us. With love, your son, Michael.
The USO depends on the generosity of the American people. To find out how it's at USO.org. The USO, until everyone comes home.
Marion County school officials delay the reopening of schools now until September the 8th. With a News Watch on News Radio KWN, I'm Susan King. September 1st is registration day, but parents are encouraged to pre-register because schools are starting so late. Fall break is now canceled, and there will be abbreviated Thanksgiving and spring break holidays. The kids' last day in class will be May the 29th. Hamilton County Mayor Jim Coppinger says organized K-12 public and private school contact sports can resume this week provided they follow TSSAA requirements. Last month, the TSSAA announced a set of guidelines designed to stop the potential spread of the coronavirus. President Donald Trump on Monday says he's fired the chairman of the Tennessee Valley Authority, criticizing the federally owned corporation for hiring foreign workers to replace IT workers in Chattanooga and other TVA cities.
Jeffrey Eliash made a disastrous and heartless decision. The TVA announced that it would lay off over 200 American workers and replace them with cheaper foreign workers brought in from overseas.
TVA laid off 62 IT workers in June. They plan to cut another 38 workers by October after hiring contractors to perform much of the computer and software development now done by TVA employees who primarily work at the computer center in Chattanooga. With a News Watch on News Radio KWN, I'm Susan King.
O'Reilly Auto Parts has everything you need for your summer car maintenance at great prices. Our professional parts people can help you find the best oil change supplies for your car, like 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and MicroGuard filter, everyday low price $26.99. For your summer oil change, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What do you want to da-da-da? What do y'all want to da-da-da? I have no idea what to da-da-da. We could switch to Progressive da. Oh yeah? We could switch to Progressive and sa. Okay. We could sa and have to buy some za. Oh yeah, let's switch to Progressive da and get some za with the money we saw. Yeah! Now we know we're gonna da-da-da.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. It might just be the most normal thing you da-da-da.
Quote to da at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Georgia is open for business, and we invite you to bring your family for great shopping opportunities and to enjoy some of the finest food around at great restaurants all over North Georgia. From Ringgold to Trenton, Lafayette to Chickamauga, Fort Oglethorpe to Rossville. Come on down to the top of Georgia where the food's great and the people are friendly. And masks are encouraged but not required. Come on down to the top of Georgia. We're open for business.
When it comes to style and comfort inside your home, there's only one place you should go. Gross Furniture, your hometown furniture and appliance experts. When it comes to knowledge and discounted prices, Gross Furniture rates high above the competition. From Ashley Furniture, England, and Southern Motion to Amana, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more, you'll find exactly what you need, all within your budget and with the hometown service you deserve. Just 20 minutes from downtown Chattanooga on Main Street in Trenton. Gross Furniture, your hometown furniture and appliance experts.
First alert weather on News Radio KWIN.
Widely scattered showers and storms south and east of Chattanooga for your afternoon. Dry elsewhere. Highs into the upper 80s. Tonight, becoming fair. A little milder. Lows upper 60s. For Tuesday, less humid. Highs upper 80s. A stray afternoon shower storm possible around 90 Wednesday. There are nice places to live, but in Chattanooga, that's where real living begins. Scenic beauty, a vibrant downtown, great schools, and much more. When it comes to buying and selling Chattanooga real estate, think Real Living Southern Realty. And I'm Storm Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core.
News Radio KWIN.
Welcome back to the KWIN Today program around the tri-state area, 9:38, 22 away from the hour. It's time for the Newsmaker segment, and we welcome into the studio on this Tuesday, Carrie Anderson, the PIO, Public Information Officer through the deputy. Actually, she's deputy clerk for Dade County, but your main job is spreading all the news that's happening within the county government. Good morning.
Good morning, Evan. Thanks for having me. Good morning, everybody.
I was trying to figure out what deputy clerk. I could not get that in my mind. What department you worked for a second, and I had that. That's the reason I was struggling there for about 10 seconds.
You know, I do work. A lot of people have that question. So we actually have two deputy clerks. We have Rebecca Jones, who is our in-house CPA. She's the one I really kind of think of as our deputy clerk. She and Don work very closely together. I just do public information and relations, so I get to go around and talk to people and let people know what's happening. So I have definitely the better of the two deputy clerk jobs, in my opinion.
You don't have to stay behind a calculator.
That's right. I couldn't do what Rebecca does. She is amazing with all that. You know, she recently played a big role in our millage rate. We had the meeting for that last Thursday, the millage rate meeting, where they did not accept the growth, and so that means no tax increases for Dade County. So Rebecca was very instrumental in that. Of course, we also set the budget, and, you know, she was very instrumental in that. So she just does, you know, she doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. Rebecca Jones is a phenomenal part of our team at Dade County, and I just want to give a shout out to her while I can. So
absolutely.
Rebecca, great job.
I think that's exactly right. She does do a fantastic job. And I will make a caveat there of what you said. Now, keep in mind, the Dade County government only accounts for about 30% of your property taxes.
That's right.
The other 70% comes from the Dade County School Board. So as you look at your property taxes, they could fluctuate, because like the school board is planning to accept the growth, and it'll be a little change in
That's
what
right.
you pay. I wanted to make that, because a lot of folks, when you say Dade County's not, you know, the military, that's only for the 30% technically that it takes to operate the county. The 70% is on the other side with the school system.
That's exactly right, and that brings up another really good point. You know, when I'm on here and I'm talking, I'm speaking on behalf of Dade County, as far as Dade County government.
The commission,
the
I guess.
commission, right? The school board and the school system, they speak for themselves. So that's why you have Dr. Harris on here and some of the board members. So. You know, if you have a question for the city, call the city. If you have a question for the school board, I encourage you to call the school system. If you have a question for the county, I'm your gal. So give me a call, and we'll see what we can find out.
Well, we certainly appreciate your and you do promote all the different events that are happening. If it's good for the community, you're definitely promoting
That's right.
that. Now, we talked right before you came in. We on one of our segments we did a story about the 127 yard sale
Right.
that's going to be kicking off, and that comes through Dade County on Lookout Mountain. That'll be a big weekend for travelers.
And that starts, what, in a day or two?
Well, it starts on the 6th,
The 6th.
and the longest yard sale starts August the 6th and goes through the 9th, and that's from
So that's Thursday.
Addison, Michigan
Yeah.
to Gadsden, Alabama. So if you want to gas up your vehicle and put your kids in the car, you could have a road trip.
That would be something else. So that starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday. You know, one of the things I love, I was just talking to somebody yesterday who moved here not long ago, and she said, you know, everybody here is so nice. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of the country, but you know, we've been thrilled at how nice everybody is. So, you know, I tell people that I live in one of the nicest places around. So when we have all those visitors come in for this world's longest yard sale, make sure to be nice, wave, and say howdy from Dade County. Let's spread that cheer and be nice to our visitors. We always are.
You know, we'll have a map up at the Mountain Valley Independent at discoverdade.com before too much longer, but it's almost a straight shot. I mean, it does take a little bit of easterly flow, but if you go from Gadsden, Alabama, it's almost a straight shot up Alabama, a little bit of Georgia, straight through Tennessee, straight through Kentucky, up through the western side of Ohio, and right into the lower third of Michigan to Addison, Michigan.
Wow. That is quite a trip.
That is a
hey, if anybody does that, let me know.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The days there. I don't know if you could really do that in that amount of time and adequately stop along all the different places.
I don't know, but if somebody in Dade County attempts that and you're listening, go ahead and call me and let me know. We might need to make a story on that.
Tag along?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm thinking you could do a story on that, Evan. That would be interesting.
It would be interesting. Voting continues the last week of it, advanced voting for the August the 11th runoff, and it'll be next Tuesday for the polls opening in Georgia all day long. Now, there's only 3 races, from what I understand, in Dade County, and 2 of those not only include Dade, but also one of them includes part of Walker, and that's for the State House Representative race that's in a runoff.
That's
and
right.
then the other is the 14th Congressional District, which includes all of the North Georgia counties that we cover.
That's right. And a couple of important things to remember about voting. If you want to see these hours, you can go on our website at www.dadecounty-ga.gov. And on our main page, if you'll scroll about halfway down, you'll see a little tab that says Elections. So if you'll click on that, it will tell you the hours for advanced voting. So it's really easy. It's Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, so just standard business hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday. But Friday, which is the last day for early voting, ends at 2 o'clock. County offices close at 2 o'clock on Fridays. That's just another good piece of information to get out there. A lot of people forget that, Evan, but county offices do close every Friday at 2. So advanced voting ends Friday at 2. Of course, advanced voting is only at the Trenton precinct downtown at 71 Case Avenue. After that, you'll have to vote in person August the 11th, and the polls will be open. All of the polls, all 7 polls, will be open from 7 o'clock a.m. till 7 o'clock p.m. on August the 11th. And if you're wondering where those polls are, if you're new to the county or if you've never voted before, you wonder where those polls are, again, you can see those on our website at dadecounty-ga.gov. You'll, under that voting tab, it says Vote Here, and it talks about the voting precincts, gives you the addresses. It also gives you the telephone number to the elections office. So if you have any questions about elections, you can call our elections office at 706-657-8170, but it does give you the names and addresses of each of those precincts. So, and then another really important race to mention is our school board race. So we have Brooke Wilson and Dr. Jane Griffin, who are in the runoff for that at-large position for the school board. So please get out there, make sure to vote. We're averaging about 25 voters a day in early voting. So we would like to see those numbers pick up. We had really good results from our last election, so we're hoping that this one will be just as good.
You know, and it's always the primaries never bring out as many people as the 4-year presidential general election, and the runoffs are always really small in the amount of people that go vote, and that's really a shame that it doesn't bring out, because to those particular races it's just as important.
It is. I mean, especially our representative race. I mean, that's somebody who's here, who's local. So that's the race between John Deffenbaugh and Mike Cameron. So please get out and vote, because that's our representation. That's extremely important for us here in Dade County. So if you're not familiar with either of those candidates, go online, check them out, John Deffenbaugh and Mike Cameron. So
and
please do that.
The local race that will be decided Tuesday night. By the end of the evening, we'll know who's going to be representing the at-large district, and that is basically countywide and at-large district, or District 5 on the Dade County School Board.
Right.
And we will know the winner of that race that evening.
That's right. honestly, both of those women are so passionate about schools in Dade County. I think it's wonderful to have good options in an election. So many times, how many times have we gone into election and you're like, oh man, I don't know that I want to vote for anybody here. So how many times does that happen? So go out and vote. This is an opportunity where you've got a chance to vote for good folks. So Brooke Wilson and Dr. Jane Griffin are both fantastic people. Get out there and vote. Just cast your ballot. Talk to them. Both of them will be willing to talk to you about their platform and what they believe, what they're standing for. The same with John Deffenbaugh and Mike Cameron. They're both very accessible guys. So I encourage you to get active in what's happening in your community and politics. It doesn't mean that you have to run for anything, but definitely get out there, talk to these guys, see what they stand for, because it's really, really important to know who's going to be representing you and your desires in the House and on the school board. I mean, especially for those parents, I think our school system is doing a phenomenal job in a very, very trying and uncertain time. I think they're making wonderful decisions, best decisions that they can make, and either one of these women will be a beautiful addition to that school board. We have a great, strong school board. They'll be helpful.
We want to bring you up to date, too, on the COVID-19. The Georgia Department of Health reworked their website about a week and a half ago, and doing a lot better. They give us a 2-week flowing chart, if you will, of how many cases. The last 2 weeks, Dade County has had 23 positives. That's in the last 2 weeks. Still only one death has officially been reported by the Georgia Department of Health for Dade County, and a total of 6 hospitalizations. And we've been holding at 6 hospitalizations now for several weeks.
That's right, we have, and I'm so glad they started doing this 2-week average or 2-week update. The numbers, we've talked about this, I don't know how many times. The numbers are just going to keep going up because they're cumulative. So every case that is a positive case goes into that number and it will never come off. So theoretically, in 20 years, if we look back and it says how many positive cases in Dade County, it will be that highest number. It will be all the cases combined that were ever tested positive in Dade County. But we had been keeping a very, very close eye on what we call active cases. And what I mean by that is just the numbers and the statistics, not each individual person who was positive. But we were keeping a close eye at the county level on how many cases, the number of cases that were considered positive or in that 14-day date range that they said it could be contagious. And I found it pretty interesting. From about 2 months ago, our average was always between 12 and 15, and then it crept up about 2 months ago to between 15 and 20. And what I mean by that is, we always had between 15 and 20 that were in the active contagious date range, not meaning that they were contagious, but they could be in that 14-day window that the CDC said, okay, if you test positive for 14 days, you could be contagious. So the average has stayed, between that, around that 20 mark for a while now for Dade County. So that's very encouraging that we are at 23.
I think President Trump announced yesterday that the nation has seen a 6% drop in cases. And I don't know if that was a week or a month. So it's starting a little bit of a downward turn.
Yeah, and we can keep it. We can keep it in that downward turn. It's easy to do. Stay 6 feet apart. Wear a mask if you're in public, if you feel comfortable with that. And if nothing else, we've talked about this before, if nothing else, a mask is a reminder to continue to be socially distant in public.
I don't know if you want to comment on this or not, because it's a little bit political, but I heard something on the news earlier today. I think it was Georgia News at the bottom of the hour. Is talking about a certain number of people still trying to push the governor of Georgia to do more of a mask mandate or whatever. But I don't know what it would make a difference if a governor said wear a mask, but he's also said wear a mask, do the right thing, be common sense, wear a mask. I just don't see the difference of him saying you have to, because there's going to be a certain number of people that will rebel against that.
That's right. Well, and he's held his position all along from the beginning. The governor's directives have been, stay 6 feet apart from people, wear a mask when you're in public, and I think he, like I, don't want to see that mandated, because that could be as some people view it, an encroachment of our freedoms and liberties.
Now, where I do not, Carrie, I do not have a problem is a private business.
Absolutely.
If they want to restrict me from coming in for whatever reason, because of health reasons, and require me to wear a mask at the Kangaroo, at Ingles and Food City and the Dollar General Store and McDonald's, I mean, I don't have a problem with that, because they have a right. That's a private business. And, we've said that many times on this show. It's totally different. That's a private business.
It is, and it's your choice.
They have the right to be able to do that.
Right, and it's your choice. Just like it's their choice to put that sign on the door, it's your choice whether or not to shop there or patronize that particular store. But I find it interesting. There was an article out of Chattanooga this weekend, and it said there's a local store in Chattanooga that now has a sign up that says if you can't come in if you have a mask. And so I think that proves the other side of that. Private entities, private businesses they can put whatever guidelines they want out there, and again, it's your choice as a citizen to know what to do with that. Now, one of the things I was going to say about the governor is, at the same time, he's not mandating masks. He is encouraging people to wear masks.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is one of the things. I have one of my very best friends is a scientist. She works for the GBI down in Atlanta. And so I ask her frequently, what do you think about the mask thing? Should we wear masks? Should we not wear masks? And I think the governor, like me, is willing to go with the thoughts of wiser and smarter people. I am not a scientist. I'm not a medical person, so I'm going to go ahead and listen to those people who know more about it than I do. So
Absolutely.
He is encouraging people, and so I think we should encourage people as well.
Absolutely. Well, you got county commission meeting coming up on Thursday night for the August meeting. That'll be at 6 o'clock.
We do.
Followed by the regular meeting. I know that the executive, Ted Romney, will be here with us on Thursday to talk about that. We appreciate you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Quickly, how can they follow the activity that you put out for Dade County?
You can follow us on social media at Dade County, Georgia. That's all spelled out. You can also follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, or you can go to our website at dadecounty-ga.gov. You can call me at 423-290-6655 or text me with any questions or anything coming up. And I did want to tell you, if you do want to see that agenda for Thursday night's meeting, we always have those on our website about a week in advance. So go ahead and check that out. It'll tell you what is going to be discussed at the commission meeting.
All right, Carrie Anderson, we thank you very much for
coming
in
Evan.
And being a part of the Newsmakers segment. Now to sports, and we'll get an update with the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update.
Mike Soroka suffers a season-ending injury in a Braves loss to the Mets.
The only way to guarantee access to the 2021 MLB All-Star Week is with an A-List membership. Head to Braves.com/A-List and become a 2021 A-List member today.
Monday night at Truist Park, the Braves fell to the Mets by a score of 7-2 in the finale of their 4-game set. New York would break the game early with a 4-run top of the third on an RBI single from Michael Conforto and 2-run single from Robinson Cano. But the big story of that third frame was Mike Soroka, who went down hard in front of the mound as he was attempting to cover the bag on a ground ball to first base. And after the game, Brian Snitker delivered the news that Braves fans had feared.
Torn right Achilles, and he'll miss the rest of the year. You know, it's a freak thing that happened, and sorry it did.
Mets would tack on another in the fourth and two more in the fifth on Robinson Cano's third RBI of the game. The Braves offense would get going in the bottom of the fifth as Travis d'Arnaud led the inning off with a solo homer, and three batters later, Ronald Acuna Jr. added an RBI single. Braves will now turn to Max Fried in the first of a three-game series coming up tonight as the Toronto Blue Jays come to Truist Park, while the Jays will counter with 33-year-old right-hander Matt Shoemaker. And as always, hear all the action right here on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. First pitch is set for 7:10 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Atlanta Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
You can get your college degree virtually debt-free. Georgia Northwestern is affordable and convenient. We have over 200 course offerings in business, health, industrial, and public service. Earn your degree, diploma, or certificate online or at one of our 6 campus locations across Northwest Georgia. Apply now. Visit us at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Succeed sooner.
Hi, I'm Mike Cameron, conservative candidate for Georgia House District 1 in the August 11th runoff. First, let me thank the folks that voted for me and supported me in the June 9th election. I really appreciate it, and I hope I can depend on your vote on August 11th. For those of you who didn't vote for me, I would really love to have your vote and your support. I will go down to Atlanta and represent your conservative beliefs and values in the Georgia General Assembly. I would love to have your vote and your support on August 11th. Thank you so much.
Paid political announcement paid for by the candidate.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, you can truly shop for any piece of furniture from any of our manufacturers. Drop in today and use our in-store kiosk. It's over 40 inches of full color, completely interactive for ease of use. And yes, you can shop all of our manufacturers for virtually any piece you may be looking for. Come to Comfort Gallery in Kimball to find exactly what you need for your home using our kiosk to shop from all of our manufacturers. Free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 to 12 months same as cash available at Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, Kimball, Tennessee. Landers McLarty Ford of Fort Payne is your destination for quality automobile service. Landers McLarty is second to none when it comes to service on your vehicle. You can drop by and see us on Glen Boulevard Southwest in Fort Payne. Call our service department at 256-845-1101 or schedule an appointment online at LandersMcLartyFordFortPayne.com. So whether you drive a Ford or any other make of car, SUV, or truck, see our ASE certified and Ford factory trained technicians today at Landers McLarty Ford in Fort Payne.
Okay, wrapping things up here on the KWN Today program. Got Fox News at the top of the hour on WKWN Trenton. Good morning.
It's moving up the Virginia and Maryland coasts. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.